Welcome. It's been a while. It's been longer than a week, and I missed you guys. So yeah, I'm back for a couple days, and after that, I'm gonna go again. Unfortunately, but it is what it is. I will try to do the streams from the Polish grounds from Friday. So let's see how that's gonna work. But let's carry on. We have some big things to talk about it, and it's starting to look really juicy. I freaking love it. I've been away for like it's a little bit longer than a week. I really thought we're gonna go ballistic on the market, but to the downside, but it didn't do anything. So yeah, let's have a look. I'm gonna cover a little bit on the coin glass because it's been already covered by Viking today, so it's not much to add to it. I have some outliers, and then let's move on the charts because there are some big things coming, and that's really nice. So far, long and short ratio. Um, Still freaking middling. I seriously don't know what they're doing. They cannot trap the retail into it, but anyhow, it's still fine. And it's still a little bit low, higher on the longs than on the shorts, so that's fine. Not a major outlier, but if we start to climb up and go around the 60% area, perfect, perfect. But the top traders are stacking the longs on it, so that's good. That's what we want to see. So they've been heavying to the long side, and that's what we want to see. That's great stuff so far. Then RSI, that's quite as well nice to see because we had a bounce from the weak area where we've been around the 30% on most of the coins on the market. Great stuff. Potentially, we can go much more higher, and we see really nice bounce already on today's day. So far, up it is, and only up. I'm not really keen on looking for any shorts on anything. I don't care about the shorts. I didn't short for a while. I don't care about that. So far, I'm focusing on the longs, and the first thing what I'm gonna short on the bigger side will be the Bitcoin chart. In the meanwhile, so far, alt season, interesting stuff. What's going on right now? Because we even we had a dump on Bitcoin, and some of the coins retrace as well. We didn't do major retrace on the whole market because as low as we got, what I was aiming a little bit when I was away, I was looking at it, we got like 53% on the movement. So far, great freaking stuff. 63% for the alt season. Let's go. That's what I like. Going into that freaking pocket, we might see some bigger movements. So that's what I'm aiming for. That's really potentially good. Oh, really? Okay, fuck it. Then let's use CoinGlass. Mm, I guess we took out the wall. What we had it above us. Yeah, yeah, that's been pulled. Nice. Cool stuff. Let me just put this away. Make it a little bit more easier. Really good. We get into that wall quite nicely. Right now, we might see some retracement back to 114.3 area, just to retest that and then continue. And the wall below us, still fine. If they stacked over there, then it's fine. We might even come lower, bounce from it, and then have a continuation. Because as you see, it's coming a lot of support orders below. That's good. That's great. That means continuation it is. Still, we're going to grab them and bounce from them. That's super attractive for me. And so far, it's clean to the upside. So not much going to hold us. Still, they're going to not stack a little bit more on the wall above it. But so far, it's free will to go higher and grab more liquidity to the upside. Good stuff. Good stuff. That's what I freaking love. Now, let's go to my favorite one. Freaking Wix. Hell yeah. Perfect test of the 19. Quite nice one. Pull back, and then we just hopefully we're gonna close anything below 17, and then we're gonna start to go again to 14. Every single time we had that, we had a nice bounce from on Bitcoin for the continuation to the upside. So far, I like this. I seriously don't want to have anything above 19. That's a little bit iffy area and might destroy a little bit more on the crypto whole charts. Let's see how we're gonna hold on it. So far, it's good. If we're gonna continue below, that's what I want. And even below the 14, that's the most perfect area what you want to see it so far. let's see if you're gonna get it. We had like a double bottom-ish area over here, and that what caused a little bit volatility into the market. Good stuff, but we still didn't go higher than this previous week. So yeah, it's still trend down. So all good. I'm not worried about that much. Dixie starts to pulling back. It's good. I seriously want to have a little bit more continuation into it and break the previous low because we didn't regain the previous high of it. So we have a failure already. Second failure of the high. So this might be a little bit more a pullback to the downside. That would be awesome. Let's see how that's going to play out in a couple days, or from technically a little bit, or from next week, I guess. That's going to take care of it. Delta 3, it's still quite nice, and we didn't pop the range we are playing in to visual. So even with then, if we're going to have a continuation and Bitcoin's going to be at the peak, all-time high, whatever, so we might be around 1.07-ish area and then have a pullback again, and then we might have that blow off the top. Let's see how that's going to play out. I really think we're going to do similar, something like this over here, but let's see. And then grind again and do it again, right? Something like that. That's what I was thinking about actually last time. Anyhow, great stuff. Packs. Now we're talking. I've been talking about this freaking level over here to hold this box. After this low, I was certain we're not gonna fail it anymore because we kind of really nice regained this whole structure, and all that grind over here. I was like planning it out to long the shit out of it. I got the most of it. That was really great, and eventually I didn't pull the trigger because I was away. So good stuff. I've freaking was talking about it. I couldn't pull the trigger even. Nice. But either way, we feel the wake what we created over here. I didn't expect that we were gonna do it like in one go, but hey, it is what it is. So that's really super great. And I want to see how the indicators are looking on the daily. If they're gonna load up. Obviously. Is the trading view really so slow today, or what's going on? Anyhow, I don't need this. So yeah, any reversal or break of this small structure and even breaking up the 3.45, we might see coming back into the lows and retest it. So something like this, or even this might happen as well to grab the liquidity to the downside and have a continuation. Or even that, we might continue. Never know. But great stuff. This is going good, and technically as expected to holding your previous lows. Been quite vocal about that last time. Moving on. Right now, what's quite interesting, we are facing to go for the CME gap. And the first time we didn't even, we kind of reached it, but we bounced from it quite heavily. Right now, I'm seriously aiming we're gonna close the gap and coming back. Gonna do something like this, coming back, and then we're gonna have continuation to the upside to the all-time high. Might be. But let's see. This is strong so far. Good. The first failure was okay. In the second one, we might do the whole fill the gap thing. So same as here, right? The first one was a failure, and the second one we failed. Filled the whole thing. So let's see. But it could be interesting. Watch. And of course, the dominance start to turn around what we actually want. But eventually, we broke some structures to the upside, and we could do some freaking shenanigans doing like this, maybe this, or even pull it up higher. So I really don't like that we went that high on it, but it is what it is. And let's see, we did it over here as well eventually, and then we broke the whole thing. If we're going to do the same move to the downside, then that's great. Why? Because that's getting us quite close in the pocket that I was aiming a couple weeks ago as well. I was talking about that this is the second major pocket that we need to fail or regain the lows of it. So for me, that's the aim right now, that we have a continuation and gonna do maybe something like this, right? Going back, retest, and then do another failure, and we might have a bigger bounce from it. So let's see how that's gonna play out. But so far, this is still grinding to the downside, and we still aiming to get below 56%. That's technically my aim right now, and that's what I'm want to see. So yeah, good stuff. Good. I love it so far. And volume-wise, we start to get a little bit higher on the trend of it. So let's see if we start to break out from it, from this whole pattern of volume range. That's going to be interesting. If that's happened, then off we go. And crazy day is going to happening. And if is doing if things, still the same pattern all over again, right? So that's going to pop anyhow. That's no brainer technically, and the same things happening with the if as well. Again, same freaking pattern all over again, and this is going to do freaking pop and then continue, right? That's the whole aim, because even we had that retrace on from it from the all-time high. What was it? Somewhere like almost 16%. It's still fine because we didn't break anything on the higher time frame. We seriously holding us the biggest daily swing. We're holding it perfectly. So far, up it is. So great stuff on ETH. So far, there's not much to talk about on this side. Hodlbot. That signal what we had Tuesday, the buy signal, that played out quite nicely after the retrace, of course. So that was a really nice flip of the weekly as well, and September, and a hold on. And that's now the continuation. So if we're gonna have technically something like this, right, area, so we might see the second sale signal after we're gonna have another dip, potentially. Yeah, could be. And then the continuation again with the long. So maybe we will see something like this happening before we're gonna reach the all-time high again on it. But let's see. So far, it's good stuff. Beginning of August, that's the main level right now on the monthly wise, but there are some more levels in between that we need to hold on. But we are a little bit overdue for a not really correction, but pullback, a settle pullback, and then move again from it. Now, we are kind of going hand in hand with the long and short positions. So the bulls and the bears are technically going together. But the one position that I really like is that we start to regain the point of control on 4 hour. That's the one that I really like to see. Failing that, I'm not sure. Maybe we're gonna grind something to the downside, but I really don't want to see that so far. On the daily, that one is a little bit higher, of course, but that's the main one what you want to regain. But that's gonna be all-time high stuff so far. Good. There is potential for a continuation. We still don't see any trend change, anything on the oscillators, and even on the on-chain. And on the capital flow index, we are just around 34%. So there is still plenty room to run. That's great stuff. And so far, we got some flips on the sectors. Good stuff. Exchange tokens are doing freaking massively this cycle. So good. So far, the outliers are a little bit on the metaverse right now, and privacy tokens start to pick up after the call that I did over here. They did quite good. So take it as it is. If you pull the trigger on it, great. Bitcoin, we've been quite low when I was away. Minus 48%. So that was already a sign that we might see some turnaround on it. And yeah, we start to get in close to the middle line. Still, Dixie is not that low yet. So there's potential to go lower, right? And ETH start to pick up its pace as well. After the loss of the highs over here, we are middling and we facing to go higher. So far, Solana, AVAX, and Per and Injective is a little bit behind. But AVAX had a really nice moves lately. So good stuff. Now, let's talk about our biggest meme coin ever. So far, uh, the call that I did on the Q3 been playing out quite nicely. That was really to the T. Surprisingly, I seriously thought that in one go we're gonna go a little bit lower to June or February. We didn't reach that area yet, but there's nothing lost yet because on the weekly time frame, still we didn't regain the failure that we had around the 114.8. 114.18, sorry, this area. So regaining that, closing anything above that, that's great because then the only thing what we're going to do is something like this, retest, and then you have a continuation. Done. That's the major level on a weekly. Before that, we have our major levels on the daily side. Previous daily low, we regained already, and almost it got retested, so that's good. So technically that one is already gone. Now you want the regain of this flip, because technically if you look at it, this is your RSI flip. So now we need to flip that to have a continuation into the biggest stuff above us, right? So far, even we're gonna fail here and we're gonna do something like this, it's gonna be a pain in the ass and we're gonna grind up, right? It's still possible, I'm not saying that, but potentially we need to flip the 112.60. That's the level that you need to flip on the Bitcoin, or close anything above that. Technically above the previous weekly. That would be great. That's been already retested. So on daily wise, we already have the cash flow positive inflow and trend change. That's good stuff. I like that. And on 12 hours, even better, because that printed as well couple of them, couple of the trend changes, and even previously on this high, we had the potential of cash flow positive inflow, and the cash will start to get close to the neutral line. So if you start to see the flip on it and they have a continuation, then Bitcoin might see some upside move, what we really want. And to be honest with you guys, this is a little bit more important than this, in my opinion. Right? If you zoom out a little bit. Yes, there is some high leverage below us, but this is just there to hold the price action. Even if you come lower, just use your grab and have a continuation to go higher. All that shit over here, it's just free to grab. So we've been technically looking at it bigger picture on the Bitcoin. This was just a normal retrace. Maybe a little bit painful because we've been doing technically really nice in this channel. We still can do that. Another one. This was just a retrace. Yes, we lost a low on it. That's fine. But the major one, we still holding it, right? So potentially this is still uptrend. Even we got lower. So what are we doing now? And maybe for in the future, what we're going to do, it's another one coming back, another one coming back. Range position on the higher time frame. Gonna be do ballistic shit for alts, and then of course we can do one bigger move to the downside, have the dump, and see you in the bear market. That's what I'm aiming that Bitcoin might do. I'm not seeing Bitcoin do another leg up and freaking 150-ish area. Especially, yeah, there is some potential to grab all that stuff, but already struggling with this area over here and this kind of price action, I'm not really keen that we're gonna do some major movements to the 150 or 40 or 60 area. So if we're gonna do this all again, all fine, right? Technically, yeah, I mean this is not the perfect one, but still, right? You can pop it and then do another one, and that might be the failure as well. It would be nice to have a little bit more a bigger range on Bitcoin. It's going to be painful for some people who trading Bitcoin. I don't care. I'm aiming right now more on the alts than on the Bitcoin seller. Why? Bitcoin did already great. We did the whole freaking move already, or twice technically. This bigger uptrend movements, and so far grinding it to the side. It's going to be freaking awesome to the for the odds. We're gonna pop some big shit, and if not, then that's gonna be the failure. I'm still gonna be keen on shorting this area, something around this, or even maybe coming close to 30. Let's see how close we're gonna get into it, and how quickly we're gonna fill this area in high leverage liquidity. That's the one important thing I'm aiming for, because same thing. If this will be like, for example, if you flip this and this is gonna be your all-time high, we didn't add any liquidity to the downside, right? So there is no potential even to go lower, or to be there, or continue to do some damage to the lower side, because we didn't add any money into it. Right now, where do we focusing? For this area over here. How high we're gonna go? It all's gonna depend how quickly we're gonna fill up this with higher leverage. Right? We might do like, I don't know, maybe something like this again. From over here, we're coming again into this pocket. We're not gonna fill it up, and then it's gonna be a failure. So technically, what you are aiming for, yes, you're gonna do something like this, and then do the failure on it, right? So yeah, then you're gonna have your range or flag or whatever how you want to call it. So yeah, that's a little bit on the higher time frame. What? That's a little bit on a high time frame, and right now for our this still no sign of the weakness. We had a nice flip of the daily. We still can retest the daily because or the previous week. We still can do that. We had some fair value gap into it, so we can come lower and then try to do some damage to the upside. Yes, there is a lot of resistance above us. We've been creating that on that stepwise movement to the downside. But still, I would like to regain this level. That would be really nice. Then have a failure and then have a continuation. If so not, we might even freaking fail here, come close, and then do another one and something like this, right? Even better. I don't care. But still, that's a nice move. All of this buyback over here is freaking strong, and we hold it quite nicely. So far, perfect. It's a continuation up. There is no need to even think about it that we're gonna do some damage to the downside. Why? Especially because right now we still didn't have any negative cash flow outflow, or crossover, how you can call it, outflow of the cross or reversals, right, on this move. We don't have any trend change, and even then, the thin line, it's freaking massively still above. If we start to do some aggressive close below, then that's your first sign. So far, up it is. I freaking love this. I like how this is already trending. That's good. That's fine. Now, from the lows, what are we doing right now? Technically, we kind of doing similar as this, but this was a little bit too aggressive. I like this grind into the higher positions of the high time frame liquidity. And now if we start to doing this, so that band is gonna be below us. That's awesome. And we start to trade above the liquidity band. That's what we want. That we want that flip, right? So technically we are trying to do it right now. Now we need to watch it and see if we start to flip this band, because we've been there, but we start to fail it. If we still can do it, yes. Is possibility to flip it, even better, yes. So I would like to see that. That's why I'm focusing on it for now. So yeah, that's a little bit on Bitty side. I don't think there is much more to talk about it. The major levels still flip the 112.5 ish area, previous daily low. That's what you need to flip. That's your RSI. That's what we need to flip. The rest gonna be easy. So far, it's good. Technically, we can do this or even this, and then we have a control, right? That's what you're aiming for on BitT so far. So yeah, now let's go and see what we've been doing so far on the rest of the coins that I've been calling out last week before I went away. And the regain of the all-time high still is possible on high, because seriously, that move from the lows what we had it almost play out quite perfectly. So that was quite strong. We already regained the whole swing over here, and we regained this hip over here. Great freaking stuff. You cannot wish it for a better close of the candle right now. So even now, flip this previous weekly and all-time high it is. For hype, I'm looking technically for this area over here, and that's only because of all that stuff over here. There's not much in between, and hype doesn't care about the gaps at all, so it moves quite quickly through it. Even then, that's why I'm aiming for any reversal from all-time high, and let's see if we're gonna fill up higher. If we start to fill up higher, that means on the second leg up or in the second move, we might do some damage to the upside. But this is freaking strong. I had the nice swing from it, even from this point, and as well from this. I have it some over here. That was my entry over here. Quite nicely, quite tight. It is what it is. Up it is now. So yeah, that's what I'm still aiming for. This area. I'm not sure if I'm gonna short it. I'm not really keen now on shorting anything besides Bitcoin from all-time high, but so far I'm just adding every single bits on new lows on it. So hype, it's freaking good. It's massively regained. I seriously love how it holds this area over here. I need the liquidity on it. This hip, what we created, or this structure over here, it's been hold twice. Really nice. Double bottom. Perfect. And we had a regain of the swing. And now we retesting the previous structure. Amazing playback on that one. Really. That's been ping-ponging quite nicely. And now holding of September, previous dailies, weeklies, whatever you have this over here, that's going to pop the highs. And finally, we're going to go through this resistance area over here. That's my point of control. And then we're going to maybe do some damage to the upside, because this regain is freaking strong. I've been talking about this level over here, this structure, to hold and to buy any freaking new lows on it. And off we go. So take it as it is. I'm just adding on, again, on this, every single new low, I'm just adding to the position. So it is what it is. Now, injective went straight to the second pocket, second low of it, and it was the lowest lower low from the whole structure that we've been into it, and it's holding freaking nice. We had a really nice buyback on that one, and it's still continue. So for me, that one, it's perfect. I'm seriously not keen on the freaking trend lines and everything, but this is really nice to see. After like 3 times touching it, we just starting to flipping it now. So coming close to the week and previously and weekly, we might see something like this even happening. Right, coming back, retest this whole freaking structure, and off we go. Now it's time to get close to $16 level, because that's the biggest RSI that we are in from the beginning of the dump on, technically, on the whole market what we used to have. So this level is really freaking major, but that's obvious as well, right? We've been retesting the whole structure what we came from, and it hold us all the way down. Now what do we do? Technically this, and it's perfect, right? Doing this, and off you go. So far, awesome stuff. I really love it. Like how Injective plays it out right now. Another favorite one who's doing a little bit better than Injective. They going hand in hand together, back to back. I'm trading both of them, Injective and AVAX. But so far, AVAX is a little bit more aggressive with the price, and it moves a little bit quicker. It didn't come back into the March and August level, right? But I had a really significant buyback. Technically, this was one of the perfect B bottoms, but you have it, and now you have a super aggressive move up. Regain in November. That's awesome. You had the retest of the previous weekly, and you are still going higher. Strong as fuck. Not much to say about it. Yes, potentially what we can do is coming back or to the daily or even previous weekly again, do something like this, and then flip the Q4. That's another one as well. The 28 level, that's the the RSI flip that we used to have from this whole fucking dump we did before the market collapsed on us. Now we need to regain it, and that's the 28 level. That's what I'm aiming for. Regain that, you go straight to February. But finally need to be retested as well. So yeah, that's all on the freaking coins I've been calling last week. They're doing still very well, very good. My positions are quite nice. I pulled out some nice longs on them and then went away without even worry about it. So good stuff. Great things so far. Yeah, I like it. Thanks holding. Well, didn't come close to previous lows, so that's good. So yeah, that one start to regain stuff as well. If we flip the February, because that's going to be easy as well. We've been doing that quite heavily. So yeah, up it is. I just want to go and see what the rest of the market did. Not much significance. Oh, there it is. Solana. I've been calling that as well last week. I forgot about that one. Didn't come back into the stupid flip, no matter what. The flip 209 is significant and it's a major one. We need that for the continuation to go close to February. We need to hold that. If we're gonna do that, I'm not sure. There is some weakness already into it. We start to turn around, but that's only maybe we're gonna do like a weekly test because that still didn't happen at all. So let's see how that's gonna play out. So far, wrong as fuck. I don't think we're gonna get lower than 178. Not now, at least. But continuation it is. We are still in the chain, and we're still aiming for the February. If Solana gonna flip the February first, then freaking 295 it is stable. Yeah. Cool stuff. Great. Oh, and about the privacy coins, I've been calling. This shit is doing quite well. It did already 23% from the lows. Good stuff. Good stuff. All right, I'm gonna go see what you guys posting in the chat. That was so something mocking me. Polish. Understand Polish? So you have time to learn Polish then, I guess, Eagle. I learn Norwegian, so you could learn Polish. Fartcoin. Yeah, I will look at Fartcoin. You brought me one that as well, so Fartcoin. Let's see how that's gonna be. Oh, rough. But okay. The thing is, need much more time to learn. You know already the one major and the biggest known word in Polish, right? So the most common one, the most used one. So you're good to go. If you know that one, you know the whole. Yeah, exactly. You know the whole Polish vocal. Okay, Fightcoin. Yes, it broke high time frame structure, but for Fightcoin, that's not really biggest issue because it's been always doing that on the lows. So technically, still regaining this high by retesting the weekly, I guess, gonna be. Yeah. So we had the flip, right? We went all of the way into the downside. Now it's the flip, retest, and off you go for February level. That's what you're aiming for. So far, it had a nice rebound from it, but you need to regain your previous structure. Doing that, it's a continuation. Failing anything below the weekly and the previous daily, right? Then you seriously going to this level that I've been mentioning, 0.65. Why? Because that's the flip what you did over here. That's your RSI flip. Right? So this is your freaking whole RSI flip. Going back into that, you seriously need to have some bigger bounce from it. Otherwise, Bitcoin might lose it a little bit and going back to the lows. what could be maybe nice to pick up some cheap ass Filecoin for it, but then potentially to go higher, it's a little bit more likely. Okay, but so far, this is what you're aiming for. Yeah, this is the play. You seriously need to hold all the structure over here, what you just build up. This area, all this, even weekly, or you're gonna bounce back from the daily right now, and off you go. And of course, you flip your 0.8, then you regain your high on that one. That's good because then you start to create a new change of character, right? You're gonna do something like this, back, and then off you go. That's your change of character. That's what you want, right? So far, yes, still it's continuation to the downside, but potentially you're already breaking out from the pattern. So good stuff. Either way, watch out for those levels coming back into 0.6. Then I will wait with the buying orders, see if we start to hold of this structure, because that's the only thing what's gonna hold you down so far, right? The rest, you just watch out on the locally to regain anything, especially if you start to regain the February, that's already your first sign to go higher, because there is quite a lot of resistance already built up, but technically there is not much of higher time frame liquidity or leverage, but there is a lot of resistance build up, right? We squeezing. It's a really pretty squeeze, right? So yeah, that's on the Filecoin, I guess. The best thing, what you want to see on it is this. This is really quite good scenario, right? This is shit, but if you're gonna do this, a V bottom scenario, then it's even better, but a little bit riskier. Okay, I'm kind of interested how that's gonna play out. It'll be really nice to see. But yeah, I will watch out. Holding this structure over here, regain in February, off you go. Any new low, technically, any new low on Filecoin should be okay to buy, not go to aggressive or leverage or whatever, but just to like spot backs or whatever, just add to your position. Why? Because potentially, what do you aim for the alt season? Where it's alt season going for is higher up, not to go to the downside. Yes, of course, we are aiming to get into the September month, and that's a little bit the iffy month, and people are thinking that we're going to do exactly the same what we used to do. In my position, I'm not really keen to set my mind that the September is going to be a worse month for trading. Why? Because same thing what happened with 4th of July. Everyone expected a dump. We had just a retracement. So there is a lot of things that already change into the market sentiment. So we might not even get the September and dump that everyone is thinking about. Yes, we still can do continuation of grind, right? We still can do this into the September and then bounce from it. But then still, that's not a dump. That's a freaking retracement or a pullback. There's a difference. Dump, it's just doing this. And that's going to be like 10K or 20K, almost like one red candle. That's a dump. That's a difference. Yes, altcoin's going to do a little bit aggressive on the move down when Bitcoin's going to do that. But still, it's not significant something like we used to do. For example, it's all retracement. It's not really like dumping something over here. So anyhow, it's still upside. Yeah, upside focus. I can say that. I lost my word. Anyhow, but you get my point. It's still good. Still holding. Just checked and correct. Support or resistance level. You. Oh, you mean between the? Let me check. Between the. Let's see. I don't know if they are fixed or not, because I'm not using the AI charting tool one. Yeah, maybe. Yeah, it could be that they are changed. They're exactly the same right now, so they might be accurate. Uh, so not on every time frame. Yeah, not on every time frame. And I'm not sure they try even to fix it, just because the new dev for the indicators didn't start it yet. So without him, we're not gonna fix anything or change anything in the indicators yet. Okay, so I don't think so. I will suggest you to use the Algo Master. That one is running a little bit more on a new plot and a new way of pulling the data. So I would suggest you to use the Algo Master then, because that's the one that I'm using. I like a little bit more things on the chart than less, and maybe they are not accurate, because obviously you're missing his stuff, right? If you know how the order books are plotted. So yeah, that's why I would suggest. Just which one? Algomaster? Yes, Algomaster. Algomaster is much more up to date, and it's using a different or a better plot system for the indicators, how to pull the information and how to use them. AI charting tool, we don't need to change that much on them. Just because the support resistance is here, it doesn't mean that the update is going to be exactly the same, right? Even if they are on the same level of how you call on the updates. But then same, I will just if you can, try to use the Algo Master. That one is much more up to date and much more accurate. Hey, Prabhu. How you doing? I'm fine. I'm fine. To be in Pendle, yeah, I imagine you're gonna ask that. Um, do we? Mm, yeah, I mean, we broke some stuff to the downside, but to be honest with you, still quite positive about it, just because we are. Let me put it back. Ah, fuck. We still really perfectly test and retest the whole flip what we had over here. So yeah, we broke this stuff, but even then, if we start to regain this position and climbing higher, that means getting close to December and May level. So that's definitely regain this whole structure over here. It's go time, right? You want that. That's the aim. What you first want. Then you're gonna do retest of this, coming back, hold of this, right? And then you're gonna start to flip things. So that's what you kind of aim for. So far, it's a nice buyback. It's a nice regain. Through all the market, technically, we are doing the same structure, and there is the same knowledge behind. We need to hold stuff right now. Yes, this grind, it's good, but there is potential as well to do this on it and then regain, right? It's all potentially can happen. But doing this, old stuff, coming back, retest the lows, and then have a continuation, even better. That's what I will aim for, Sui. So far, yeah, we're doing good on it. We had a nice buyback, like I said. We holding those levels, failing anything of it, it might bring a little bit lower, because every single move that we've been doing, same on Bitcoin, every single move it's been retested to the downside. So coming lower, it's going to be a little bit more sketchy and risky. But that's the whole idea. We start to regain the previous swings, structures wise. Now we need to start to regain levels. Okay, good stuff. Handle, that's a nice one. Always forgot to put on my chart. Look at that. Beautiful. Um, mm, really nice. Regain. Oh boy. Nice. Okay. If, and that only if Pendle's gonna hold this low, but it's kind of positive from it, this is really good. So for Pendle to flip all those levels right now, besides the weekly and September, don't matter anymore because that's freaking old levels. It's now about the structure. So technically, over here, we had a retest, bearish retest of this structure over here, right? So what you're gonna do right now after the whole retest of the lows, right, of the low structure, pull back, and now start to flip things. You retest this area already. Where do you go? There. Nice. That's already 60% up. Just because of that sneaky retest over here. That's really good. I like that. I like that stuff. Yeah, it takes time, right? Because it's grinding, grinding, grinding. Same thing we did over here. Right? What did we do? We retest this whole freaking structure over here with this high. We came all the way down over here. After the hold of the low and the previous structure, where do we go? We send it. Right? We send it freaking 50%. So it's gonna happen again. Possibly, yeah. You could have this kind of move and then do another one and another one. You could do it. Why? We've been doing it for freaking ages. Right? Make sense? So far, freaking good. I like this. I like the hold of it. Even I don't care about the levels anymore because those are old ones. So far, the only major level that you are key for is to flip this previous weekly, and off you go. This one been tested already. Nice. This is this one is done. This one is done. You don't need that one. The next one's what you worry about. This is those highs. So what you are aiming for. Technically, if you look at the point of view of handle, it's seriously sideways, right? With a little bit outliers higher or lower. So either way, doing that, you might come back lower. Always freaking take those profits on the breaking out of the all-time high or coming close to it. And now, gonna do it again? Yeah, fuck it. I take that every single time. So, perfect. Perfect. Morpho. That's, what's his name? The American guy. Deuce. The thing, right? Yeah, I mean, even better, right? This channel is freaking good. You hold the low structure of it. Yeah, you broke the mid structure over here, but no keen on that one. Fuck it, because you're still holding on the not even on the August, but on the September right now. Regaining that March. I don't care about that level. That's been already American guy. Oh my god. Yeah, yeah. Well, he's American, right? Leave me alone. Right now, what you need is bearish retest of the weekly or flip the weekly and for the continuation, right? That's what you aim right now. And to be honest with you, this buyback and this structure already, what you're forming here, similar to this, perfect. That's what you want. And I mean, that's, I hope for most of the people, this is quite obvious as well, right? I mean, Stu been yapping about this kind of shit for long enough. So without even the levels, there it is, right? From your low to your high, that's your pocket of the Greece god. Yeah, he likes to think he's a god, but if you want to have it even tighter, look at that. Did you get stopped out? No, you didn't. Even better. So There's not much to add to it. This is just gonna grind and grind. But the next high, what you're gonna get is gonna be close where? February. Did we been there? No. I doubt that this is gonna do same as Link. It's gonna go through, gonna do something like this. More likely it's gonna be this. Coming back, flip of RSI, and then you have a continuation. That's what you're gonna see on Morpho. Yeah, a lot of drawings, but in the channel continuation. That's what I'm thinking. Right? Makes sense? I did do the per already. But like I said, I'm gonna cover per again because it's a good one. I was yapping about to hold this structure. We did it twice. Even the second one was a little bit scary on the daily, no matter what. Still freaking good. Right now, we have a continuation. We did the higher high, even on the body on the 4-hour, not on the daily. That's still okay. We retest the September perfectly on that one. Flip of August again, and off we go. Next resistance gonna be around the 0.2 area. So coming close to that one, that's the TP area as well. Coming back, and now we need to hold this to do some damage to the upside. So far, this whole structure over here is freaking amazing. Maybe not the most perfect, but it's amazing. The regain, the hold, and even the continuation, right? I like that. This kind of price action, right, makes me think something similar what we did over here. Not that major. Still, I cannot take it seriously because of those fucking big wicks, because of the gate exchange. But anyhow, I think we doing something like this over here, right? We had that grind to the lows, double bottom, and then start to regain slowly till we're gonna see some bigger outliers as a pump. So that's a little bit more on per again. But yeah, continuation it is. Now you want to see if you're gonna flip the 0.2 for the continuation higher. If not, sideways, but still staircasing to the upside. Right? Yes. Yes. Nice. So yeah, but so far, I like it. Oh yeah, I've been doing that as well on Eve. Oh shit, that was nice. I forgot about that one. Look at that. Played out so far. Let's see if you're gonna hold it. If not, 3.4 it is. But that's gonna be a major one. Going back to it. There was something that I wanna look at it, but I forgot. Thinking about it yesterday. Oh. Oh, that was, I guess, that penguin. Still, right into the downside. Yes. I'm sorry for all of the lines, but yeah, we still holding on. Yeah, penguin have a lot of things to regain. That down movement in this channel doesn't look that good. So let's see if it will. If I take a long on per, stop loss is quite high. What do you mean quite high? Maybe that per. If I take long on 3x, so I don't know. Should be alright. Bro, I have that position open like for months already. Hyperliquid. Link or link. Yeah. Nice. I like that rebound. Really good. So still the same thing as every single token is doing right now. Nice buyback, hold of this level. We didn't break anything on link on the high time frame, so no worry about that. Just a small continue on the pullback. Still, February it's not the issue anymore. Even weekly is not going to be an issue because we had that wick over here into it, so that's freaking good. Starting to regain any structure of it, and we're gonna blast through it. Technically, there is not much that's gonna hold us because now you need to hold this part, regain the whole freaking block over here, and the only thing what's left is just the freaking this. Yeah. Off you go, Link. And still, we have some room to go lower even then for a better positioning. But yeah, regaining anything over here, off we go. Like I said, it's been perfectly retesting everything on the way down. It's like a slide now to go higher. And of course, you are aiming to get to the all-time highs structures, but on it. So far, great stuff. Great freaking stuff. I like that. Let me have a look if we got... Okay, I'm gonna leave it like that. So yeah. Nice one. That's nice. But Paru, what do you mean? If I take long on per, stop loss is quite high. Minimum is quite high. Major short squeeze. And he's gone. Hello, Marvy. Hello, Mass. A while. Live? Are you home? You back on the island? Outrage. How you been, mate? Are you feeling better? Oops. Oopsie doopsie. Yeah, Apex had a really nice. I was worried about this pullback, but it was a really nice retest. And technically failure of November. And this is quite sneaky, right? It's still bullish candle, but retesting this, closing below, and you have a still continuation. It's a mindset a little bit. You need to really watch out for it because it can take you off guard. So far, so good. Driving home for Christmas. Man, you awesome, mate. I'm appreciating to hear that. To speak to keep the eyes. Oh yeah, because you are on another side. Yeah, so it's already like midnight, or right on your side. Drive safe, man. Drive safe. 9 a.m. Yeah, so far, guys, I'm seriously quite positive and happy about the market. How we technically start to regain. Yes, it just pushed ups to the up for most of the coins, and some of them did a higher high on it. But to have a second confirmation, we need to settle a higher low in any case or form. So that's the second confirmation that you watch for it now. You start to break anything to the downside, then we have a still continuation. There's nothing changed. So far, the only change is that we are facing to go higher to break some things or come close to the resistance, right? Because yes, as Stuber mentioned it as well, this is a Stuber fib. So, and it's always gonna be if we start to do a new lows. If we start to create new higher low, then that's change. Your voice, yeah, I am, man. I'm seriously happy about the market how it looks like, and I mean, fucking hell, I didn't expect I'm gonna be like that close to Q3. So yeah, happy days. I've been calling it. Fucking no one believe me. Bastardos. Oh, yeah, so far, good stuff. I'm seriously happy, and to be honest with you, like, this is makes me fucking bullish. Yes, because the upside is major, major for to take away. Right, there's not much to do below. Yeah, we still. I mean, would be like really pain in the ass. We still can do this, right? Coming in this pocket, in this, fucking around again, grind, and then do another leg up. Yeah, we can do that. That's for sure. And nothing takes us away. But still, like if you think about the positions, like what didn't we do for a major long time already in 2 weeks? It's this. And funny enough, if you turn around the chart, right? If you invert it, what do you see? Like constantly the same pattern, right? Constantly. So Bitcoin is doing exact the same thing over and over again, always. A little bit in smaller positions or bigger ones. Still, same thing. So that's why I'm aiming, right? To do something like this or maybe like that. So easy as that. I keep it simple, guys. Buy every single low. I do not care about shorts. Why? Because they are short lived right now. Why? Even on top of that, because we are in fucking uptrend still. Do we break anything? No, we didn't. If we start to do this, yes, okay, that's changed a little bit more perspective how I'm gonna look at it. So far, I'm still fucking bullish. And not only bullish, still all-time high for Bitcoin, and maybe even Bitcoin's gonna do some position on 130k or 140k, whatever, still possible. And like I said, this is my range for taking any shorts on Bitcoin or laddering in the short, whatever. Because I have a feeling we might not continue forever with Bitcoin going to all-time highs and doing new positions on 130, 140, 150, 160. I don't think so. I think we are running out of the steam on Bitcoin and it is time to have the flip. Technically, we see already pre-flip to ETH. Solana, if it's already doing the all-time high by a little, but still it did. Solana, second chance, and then the alts. Then you have it, the whole fucking cycle, right? Grid in September. The grid September? I mean this. Yeah, nice. But it's been already quite tested. So, like I said, all the daily, perfect for continuation. Either way, we still can come lower to 109, 1095. That's fine. Coming lower than that, that starts to be a little bit problematic, and we might not hold it. Why? Because every single freaking low been already tested. There is nothing to gonna hold us. Maybe September level, maybe. Okay, be aware. And if we go to all of those orders, new ones will appear. Go down now. It has, I mean, yeah, technically that's what we've been doing all of the time. Look back in the history, right? We eat through all of this. We create all of new ones. Same thing we're gonna do when we're gonna do this. We eat all of them and we start to create new ones below. But there's gonna be a moment when we still gonna create new ones, but we're not gonna come back for them anymore because we start to do this, right? And then we start to break the whole time high. You have your pullback and then weakness come in. So there will be orders left behind. Same thing, and that's I guess the biggest how you call example over here. Because what do? We settled a new high, right? This is the best sample ever. We settled new high, all-time high, from this position, from this area. We went all of the way down. We broke the structure. We spiked through, and we settled another all-time high. And what did we do after that? We failed, leaving all of those orders over here behind. They're not gonna show because we don't keep that much of history on the indicators. But yeah, that moment will come. And then see you in fucking when? March 2024. to get those orders from here, right? And that was the all-time high. What happened after that all-time high? What we settled over here. What did we do? The first all-time high from the bear market. Bang. Perfect as it gets. So yeah, that's still possible, yes. And most likely that's the biggest pain, max pain what you can get. Leaving orders behind. If it goes down, that's exactly what I mean now with the ones underneath present price. Yeah, might be. Exactly. We don't need to come back for them. That's just like a support orders over here. Same thing, what we left this behind and a little bit of here behind or this behind, right? So yeah, it happens. It doesn't get accurate, but still 99% it will be wiped because technically we wiped all of the high time frame with this move. Those ones appeared later on when we settled down, right? If I remember it correctly. But yeah, still up it is on Bitty. Makes sense, guys? I hope it was a nice one. It's refreshing after a week not being here. I think I didn't lose my takeaway on the market yet. So far, I seriously like it. This is crazy. This is gonna fucking pop. There is nothing else that's gonna hold us down. Maybe we will do something like this, coming here, I'll pull back, then do something like that. Doing this already, flipping your this resistant pattern over here and holding this previous weekly, yeah, that doesn't gonna carry anymore. And Bitty as well. And to be honest with you guys as well, like use Super Fips if you need it. Where that's gonna bring you 127. So yeah, look at this pocket over here. There is plenty room to take any positions from this area or even a little bit higher. Depends how we start to build up the liquidity to the upside. If we start to fail from here already, right, that's gonna be a big weakness into the market. But I seriously think we're gonna do or think we might do something like this, another high, and then start to fail from it or range, whatever. So nothing lost yet. Still, this is possible, the good stuff. And Bitcoin goes up, the rest follows. Sideways, if we start to do this freaking sideways move, and that's gonna be through the September area, right? Through the September area, and then come back in October for the failure, bro. That's gonna send out the freaking Valhalla. What I technically want. Let's see. Let's see how that's gonna play out. So far, great stuff. I like it so far. Yeah. Weekly, previous weekly flip. Off we go. Why? Oh shit, that's gonna show you now all of that shenanigans. Let me delete some things. Oh, did play out as well. I just need to stop drawing. So yeah, and like even that freaking pattern over here, that fractal. Oh shit. Yeah, 112, 0.5. That's your main goal now, right now. We got into it, right? And we had some pullback from it. Now we need to flip it. That's the major flip right now. Do that, close anything on the higher time frame above it, even daily, bro. Perfect. Up it is. All right. Anything else, boys and girls? What you want me to look at? Mm, okay. So I will finish up the recording. I will stay in the Discord for a second. So yeah, thank you very much. I hope there's gonna be a stream on Sunday. If not, then you will hear from me. But I will do my best to have a stream from Poland, and maybe a little bit different. You're gonna hear a different sound because I'm not gonna bring all my shit together. Yeah, let's see how that's gonna play out. But so far, good stuff. I'm seriously positive about it, and flipping anything on the higher time frame right now is just nice play out, and it's gonna just carry on. The rest of the market as well. Nice. We had nice pullback from it technically. Nice grind to the downside. Nothing major. And now it's time to do some damage to the upside. So yeah, let's see how that's gonna play out in definitely a couple days. And be careful because we might see some volatility. Nothing major. It's just PME numbers and unemployment and no farm payrolls. So they are a little bit more important than the rest, but it's good stuff. I hope we're gonna see some movement in the market because of it. So yeah, technically, I'll put this. I seriously don't care about shorts anymore. They're not on most of the market. On the Bitcoin, I will look at them when we're gonna reach all-time high. So far, I don't care to short anything. Even if it's gonna be a scalp or something, I'm just rather add to the longs or to the positions and move bigger stuff through it than look for any shorts. Because right now, shorts are short-lived. So yeah. Thank you very much. Appreciate it. And I hope I will see you Sunday. If not, well, then you will see me when you see me. Right? Have a good one. See you on the flip side. Bye.